What's up, Marvel fans? I'm Steven from the Hills Maniacs, and today I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special that was just released on Disney Plus, and also answering the question in the title of this video: should Marvel make more holiday-themed specials? So first of all, just to give a quick rundown of my thoughts on the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, I thought it was unique. Like, I've never seen something like this in this kind of setting with like superheroes and stuff like that. I thought it was cool to see what these space heroes do for Christmas in a way, because Mantis and Drax travel to Earth to get Peter Quill a Christmas present because they see that he's depressed, because like Gamora's not in his life anymore, because this takes place after Avengers Endgame, and they believe that Yondu ruined Christmas for Peter when he was younger after they took him from Earth and everything else. So they decided to travel to Earth to get him a Christmas present, and that present turns out to be that they kidnapped Kevin Bacon, because Peter Quill is always talking about Kevin Bacon and how he liked all the movie. He never told them he was an actor, though. So they thought Kevin Bacon was like an actual hero that Peter looked up to and everything else. The whole thing was hilarious. And it was only like 45 minutes. It's not like it was like a 2-hour movie or something. And it didn't throw too much information at us. It was just meant to be this fun holiday themed thing, There was no villain in it, really. It was just, it was just meant to lighten the mood a little bit, take us out of the normal things that we see in all these superhero movies and stuff with battles and, earth-threatening events and all that kind of stuff, and just give us this fun holiday Christmassy vibe to it. That's exactly what they achieved with this. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I think you should check it out if you haven't seen it. Now, to get on with the main topic of the video, Marvel has been making these special presentations. They're like these 1-hour sort of shows, I guess, or specials. They're called special presentations. The first one they did was Werewolf by Night, which they released around Halloween time, and then of course the Guardians Christmas special. I don't know if they have plans to make any more like next year and stuff on Disney Plus and everything, but I enjoyed both the ones that we got, and I like that it gives us not only a look at different characters, like especially Werewolf by Night introduced us to these brand new characters that we've never seen before, and introduced us to the existence of werewolves and vampires and things like that into the MCU, which we haven't had up to that point. So I like what they did with that one, where they, introduced us to all those things and made it a Halloween kind of setting, and released it around Halloween time. I forget when exactly in October it was released, but it was close to Halloween. It might have been like the 20th or something like that. And they made it black and white and everything else to fit with the Halloween aesthetic. They've done other things. Even some of the movies have had like a Halloween kind of theme. Like if you watch, technically even WandaVision, I guess, too. But if you watch Multiverse of Madness, that was meant to be like a horror film within the MCU, because you could go and watch that on Halloween, because it's got those horror elements to it with like with Wanda's powers and the Scarlet Witch and all the magic and everything that's going on there. It's meant to be haunting and give you nightmares and things like that, but also within the MCU. And then, of course, you got the flip side of that. There's been Christmas things in the MCU as well. Iron Man 3 was centered around Christmas time. The Hawkeye series was centered around Christmas time. And then, of course, this Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. And I think introducing holidays into the MCU isn't necessarily a bad thing, because it does make it feel more real to our actual world, especially for the earthly heroes. That's what was so fun about the Guardians one, was that they're not all earthly heroes. They have no idea what Christmas or Halloween or anything like that is from Earth. That's why it was fun to see Mantis and Drax like running around on Earth, learning what all this Christmas stuff was, and seeing all the decorations and thinking they were little creatures and stuff when it's just a blow up elf, and all that kind of stuff was a lot of fun. But when you take the like characters like Iron Man and stuff who are on Earth, that makes sense, and it still fits in with the story as well. Like, they didn't make Iron Man 3 just all about Christmas. They still had the main plot of the movie, but it took place around Christmas time. It's Christmas decorations. Tony Stark was playing Christmas music on a record player while he was putting his Iron Man suit on and building things and stuff like that. And then, like I said, Werewolf by Night was meant to be like a Halloween kind of thing, and even Moon Knight a little bit too, because it has like weird creatures in it and just all this other stuff going on that normal humans don't see. That could be kind of a Halloween themed one, and Werewolf by Night. And then you got Christmas, of course. So it is neat to see how Marvel is able to incorporate all these holidays into the MCU, and gives it this more real life sort of vibe where it's not all about just the heroes and fighting villains and all that destruction and chaos that they cause while they're battling the villains and everything else. It gives a more human tone to the MCU as well, because we get to see how some of these heroes celebrate the holidays, and especially if they haven't had a villain to fight or anything like that. Like the Guardians in this Christmas special were just basically on, I forget exactly where they were. I think they were fixing up Nowhere or something, because of all the destruction that was caused there in the two Guardians movies and all that kind of stuff. And they weren't really battling anybody. They were just helping clean up. And then that was their time off. And then they realized that it was almost Christmas time. So that's what put the events of this show into motion, where they wanted to celebrate Christmas, or bring Christmas to Peter Quill, essentially, on Nowhere, rather than bringing him to Earth to celebrate it and everything else. And I think that if they were to do more holiday-themed things like this, then I think Marvel could pull it off, especially if they do more horror stuff, like I said, Multiverse of Madness and everything else, but also just Christmas, maybe even Thanksgiving. Like, I personally would like to see maybe some heroes sitting down saying what they're thankful for or something, and the whole episode could be them running through these different journeys they've all had, or something like that. It'd be like a fun thing to see. Maybe the Avengers sit down together and have turkey and all that stuff and eat Thanksgiving food. I think Marvel could pull it off and make it still fit in with the MCU, because this Guardian special was still canon to the MCU. It's not like they just made a thing that was just this fun, out of canon sort of show just for something fun for the holidays to watch that has your favorite superheroes in it or whatever. It was still canon to the MCU. Unlike, with like the Star Wars holiday special, where it wasn't canon to the Star Wars franchise. It was just a fun thing that they did. They threw together like a holiday special. I haven't really seen that, but I know it wasn't actually canon to Star Wars. But I think the way Marvel tells stories, where everything is interconnected, could still work if they were to incorporate holiday themes into it and everything else. You got other holidays that could be there. They could have Valentine's Day or 4th of July. I don't know how they would incorporate that really into it, but there are some, some of these major Earth holidays that could be incorporated into the MCU, not just in the movies, but in other specials as well. I just want to see them do more of these special presentations in general. I don't know if they are planning to do more or what. I don't necessarily want them all to be like holiday themed, but I still think they should do more of those kind of specials. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. Did you enjoy the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special? If you saw it, what were some of your favorite moments? Also, do you agree with me that they should make more of these holiday themed specials and just these special presentations in general? Also, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more. We're going to have a lot of Christmas related content coming up on this channel, because of course it's almost Christmas time, so that's what you'll be seeing. If you're a fan of those kind of things, we'll be talking about Christmas movies and all that kind of stuff, so keep an eye out for that if you're a fan of those. Thank you for watching the video, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.